the second one. You call entonces, todo el mundo tiene su botellita de agua para que esté hidratadito. Qué lindas. Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a the Kenwood Center. Good afternoon and welcome to the Kenwood Center Auditorium, a dependency of the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information. Thank you for making the time to join us on such an important day, especially for those that are dressed in white. Welcome. And for the teachers. Today, Friday, April the 10th, 2026, we are coming together in this space to celebrate another graduation, but also the third anniversary of this program, English for Foreigners. In order to start in the proper way, everybody has a program on this page in your booklets. Notwithstanding, there may be some changes. So let me give you 1 or 2 minutes to look at the program, and on the reverse of this pink sheet, you will see that today we have 2 very important sessions. In part 1, we are the National Day of Spanish and Copyright. And in part 2, we continue with the graduation. In order to declare this session officially open, let us stand to listen to the national anthem of Jamaica. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Es muy lindo tenerles aquí. La mayor parte de las personas que están aquí hablan español, pero el idioma oficial es el inglés. Si hablamos español, estaríamos dejando fuera, eliminando a los que hablan inglés. Como la mayor parte, o todos, si hablamos inglés, vamos a utilizar una combinación de ambos para comunicar correctamente. ¿De acuerdo? Bien. Entonces, todos sean bienvenidos. Hoy tenemos una ilustre mesa de presidencia y ha costado muchísimo porque son personas muy ocupadas. Pero también son personas, son especialistas, son directivos, son diplomáticos que han apoyado este programa de una manera increíble, y por eso es de que los invitamos. Estamos muy complacidos de tener con nosotros a su excelencia el embajador de España, que hace tanto por la enseñanza de español en Jamaica, que hizo también muchísimo durante Melissa y que ha sido una persona muy abierta, con una embajada totalmente abierta, constantemente invitando a nuestros profesores a sesiones, intercambios. Muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros hoy. Tenemos por primera vez a nuestra nueva embajadora de Cuba, y aquí la mayor parte es de Cuba. Bien, y es una de sus primeras presentaciones, me imagino, en este tipo de formato, donde hay tantos hispanos que tienen necesidad de llegar aquí y de aprender inglés, incluyendo nuestra linda gente de la brigada de maestros que están aquí. Y no por último, pero muy importante, tenemos en el centro a la embajadora de Colombia, que también ha estado con nosotros desde un principio. Ella viene a las graduaciones, presenta certificados, y en el caso de Colombia hemos tenido la posibilidad de tener en el programa al representante militar del país aquí en Jamaica. Y siempre ella tiene uno o dos estudiantes que están en el programa. Muchas gracias por estar aquí, Su Excelencia Bernard. So let me see if I know the name properly. His Excellency Crusoe, Her Excellency La Roque, and Her Excellency Bernard. Okay, good. Now, in the audience, now we have the real meat. They are here to celebrate with us. And here we have our teachers dressed in yellow, as you see. All the ladies and the gentlemen, quite elegant. And then the students are dressed in white. In every single graduation, we have a selection of colors. And it is amazing what we have to do to get the dresses. This time, we got all the dresses. Look at my 4 teachers that are amazing. Now, we have 2 teachers teaching English grammar and composition. Please stand up. And they are Mayrelis and Jaelka. Good. And then we have 2 excellent, sweet, polished English native speakers that everybody loves based on what I have heard. And they are Marsha and Ramona. So, in order to learn the language properly, we need the proper source. So this is a combination of the academic program. On a day like today, these students would have completed another cycle. But because all of us are Hispanic, it was decided, it was a good day also to celebrate April 23rd. What do we celebrate on April 23rd every year? International Day of Spanish, but also the World Copyright Day. And this is why we invited His Excellency Teresa to be with us in this first section. Sir, are you ready to take on the table? Very much so. Please. It just made me feel warm and welcome.
Buenas tardes a todos y a todas. ¿Cómo están? Bien, bien, bien. Bueno, muchas gracias, Marta, por haberme invitado. Felicito especialmente a los estudiantes que se van a graduar y agradezco mucho la participación de los profesores aquí por estar orgullosos. Y creo que vamos a pasar entonces al inglés, como bien los digo, ¿no? Bueno, pues entonces, good afternoon again, and thank you very much for having invited me. I really greatly appreciate the cordial invitation to take part in this activity within the framework of the celebration of the International Day of Spanish Language. And really, as Ambassador of Spain, I think I couldn't be more proud. Speaking about Spanish as a language is a source of pride and joy for me. And you need to know that the promotion of Spanish as a language is one of the main pillars of our foreign policy. This is why we have dedicated in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs an entire directorate to the promotion of Spanish abroad. It tries to enhance Spanish as a global language, which is already, but we need more. There's a very relevant cultural institution working with us in that particular purpose, and you know well, it's Instituto Cervantes, which is a reference for the promotion of Spanish. So we have a full administration working for the promotion of this very important language. And I would like to share a few figures with you about the relevance of Spanish. Because you all know that the importance of language and the ability to communicate in different languages has increased drastically in the 21st century due to globalization. There's a number of apps and other resources that provide assistance and support in terms of translation, interpretation, but nothing of that has outweighed the indispensable requirement for citizens of the world competent in modern foreign language skills. And this is particularly relevant for Spanish. And in this regard, Spanish holds a place of high rank. Well, you know, Spanish is official in 20 countries. 18 of them are in Latin America and the Caribbean. And it's one of the most widely spoken languages in the world. It's considered one of the leading global languages with approximately 520 million people speaking Spanish, which is around nearly 7% of the world population speaking Spanish. They do speak Spanish as their mother tongue. So, in that sense, Spanish is the third mother tongue worldwide, only behind Mandarin Chinese, of course. Nevertheless, the number of Spanish speakers in the world who are studying Spanish and have limited competence or proficiency in Spanish is far larger. It exceeds 635 million people. So that means that nearly 80% of the world population speak, studies, or knows Spanish. And interestingly, and these are the statistics, while the group of native speakers has increased by 22% since 2012. The number of speakers with limited competence has increased by 79, nearly 80%. So that shows the enormous appeal of Spanish as a language of global communication. So it's estimated that Spanish is the fourth most studied language in the world, only behind English, French, and Chinese Mandarin. More than 24 million people learn Spanish in the world, and in the current rate of growth, they will reach more than 100 million by the end of the century. And Spanish is also the third most used language on the internet, and the second most used language on podcasts and by influencers. But half of the learners who choose to study Spanish as a foreign language, they come from countries where English is the official language. Same here in Jamaica. So Spanish is of utmost importance for Jamaica. Given its geographical location, the island, logically you know that, is close to Spanish-speaking countries, and thus, due to its proximity, as well as that of other English-speaking islands in the Caribbean, there's a growing demand for Spanish. And it's present in nearly every regulated educational system in other countries in the region. Mastering Spanish has economic implications as well, very important ones. So by having nationals who are competent in Spanish, a country can have a four-fold increase in its ability to engage economically and to attract foreign investment from Spanish-speaking countries. And that will contribute more than 6% to the country's GDP. And given increased connectivity between Latin America and English-speaking Caribbean countries, or particularly Jamaica, well, this competence allows for new and innovative opportunities for educational linkages, for trade, for improvement, for innovation, for whatever. I remember there was a study by an institution in the European Union, just as a conclusion, says that the ability or if you master Spanish, you might be able to increase your salary between 11 and 35%. So, as we all know, Spanish offers more opportunities. And that's particularly relevant for the case of Jamaica. There's a wide tourism industry which could benefit enormously from the knowledge of Spanish, the workforce. But I don't want just to mention only the economic importance or the economic opportunities of the Spanish as a language. In a way, being proficiency in language Spanish is important, but it opens the way as well to cultural connectivity. And I think this is the most relevant part of it. The connection, the cultural connections, and the capacity to create bonds between cultures and most people. That's important. People to people kind of connections. In the case of Spanish, that's particularly relevant. And Spanish will be everywhere in the cultural aspect. Think about that. From music, reggaeton, salsa, whatever you think about. Literature, enormous tradition of very good literature. Films, gastronomy, cooking, sports. Real Madrid is the best team in the world without any shadow of a doubt. So you will see Spanish everywhere. And this is why mentioning Spanish is important in this particular thing. And I hope I have convinced you and the students to engage more deeply in Spanish or in the study of Spanish with this kind of figures. And it's a beautiful language and it's a formidable vehicle of communication between people and between cultures. So in order to conclude, simply let me commend the training, the Global Training Center for its initiative, the promotion of this program, Spanish for Foreigners. I'm absolutely persuaded that it's going to be a total success and it will increase the number of Spanish speakers and Spanish lovers, since we all love Spanish. Thank you very much, Martha. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and thank you very much for being here. And let me tell you, you know that diplomats are generally persons that are like there and sometimes unreachable. This gentleman answers messages 2 o'clock in the morning. He follows on messages. He will ask you, what is happening? What is the status of this? How can we assist? It's amazing. And then he made the big mistake of contacting Martha. So you know what is going to happen out of all this. I am very happy to know that we have been able to count on him for every single activity. And the National Association of Spanish Teachers is a good example of that. The fact that on April 20th, we are starting to offer Spanish for foreigners is going to revolutionize the market. We have requests from ministries and government entities and private entities. And we're already saying to Ambassador, now we need to work along Cervantes Institute. Look at the international certification. Making sure that we get back to those years when our students that will sit CXC used to also sit DELE. The preparation is identical, the same, but CXC is regional, while DELE is international. So you are providing this candidate now with an extended opportunity to apply for scholarships and to reach further. And some years ago, we had this agenda going, and it was very good. We plan to get back there. Thank you, Excellency, for being here. We know that you have to leave, and that is bad, but you will stay some more minutes. Very good. Now, let us now allow the other Excellency to also address your colleagues, because it is important that each country establishes their message.
So good afternoon. Thank you, Marta, again for this invitation and having the opportunity mainly to congratulate students, all of you that have just recently graduated from this really important course that would be crucial for your professions here and for your life in Jamaica. To the staff, teachers and professors, our congratulations as well. We know how important it is for teachers to have their students with these outcomes, So congratulations for you as well. So, well, our dearest colleague from Spain has talked a lot and very well about the importance of learning foreign language and particularly Spanish language, because we are celebrating, and it's really important to celebrate the Spanish language. I always say that I think if I haven't been Spanish by nature, mother tongue, it would definitely be my foreign language that I would like to learn. I would be the one I like the most. You have just 10 words to say just one thing, opposite to other languages in which you have one word for a lot of meanings. So in Spanish you can recreate and you can play with synonyms and make metaphors, and you can use the language in many different matters. It's a really romantic language. Is on fashion, as Ambassador mentioned as well, but it's also really important. Is one of the most ancient languages all over the world. So, and my other message would be that what you must probably have already proved and tested is that learning a foreign language is not only about phonetics, it's not only about the words, it's introducing yourself to new cultures. Is the way of saying, is how it is used every word, when is it is most appropriate or no, and knowing the language is the best way to get into the culture of the countries you are being recipients. So again, congratulations, the best of successes for you, and thank you very much for the invitation.
Let it be known, Your Excellency, that for us it is very nice to have you here, because the great majority of us are Cubans. Some descendants like myself, others Cuban 100%, but most of us are Cubans. And what is important though is that once they have come to Jamaica,
You hear me.
okay, even her. Once we have come to Jamaica, we have understood that there is also an issue with communication. So we need to learn English and we need to learn Patois in order to be able to survive. So this is now like a melting pot of cultures and languages looking at survival. So whether you learn it or you don't learn, if you don't learn it, you cannot insert yourself and become socially functional, professionally functional, humanly functional. That is clear. Thank you very much for your nice words. And here we have our members of the Cuban Brigade. We invited them to come and practice. So they are looking at methodology, how the teachers teach, and what they do, and what they don't do. But these are persons who are working in Jamaica under the Cuba-Jamaica Agreement. They are working in schools. And when they come to classes, they are not regular students, but they are there to practice and to learn and to contribute. I've been to some of the classes and the experience is quite interesting. And their heads seem to be confirming what I'm saying. Oh, and the head of the Cuban Brigade, by the way, is Joe Andres Ramirez. Please stand up. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. Muchas gracias. Now, the lady at the center is somebody that I have been able to know a little more. This nice, elegant lady, the ambassador of Colombia, is into every possible activity that you could think of. If you go on Instagram, she's there. If you go on Facebook, she's there. If there is a party, celebration, and whatever you call her, she's there. So she has become a friend. She believes in this program to the point that almost in every single batch, we have one or two Colombians. Whether they are in Colombia, they are here. And Pika is giving trouble, here she is assisting. And this time, she has a protege, a very young lady. When you look at her, you will say, is she an adult? Look at April. Ponte de pie, mi amor. But then, this ambassador of Colombia is from the island of San Andres. That belongs to Colombia politically, but is really more Jamaican than anything. and they speak Patois, and they have an amazing exhibition. They exude Jamaican culture all the time. She is also a writer, a publisher. Look at how many things I've heard, you know. And she's also kind of a model. We can do some visit to that wardrobe and do something. The lady has a collection of dresses that really sends also that sense of elegance, appropriateness, and the understanding of who she is and what is her mission. She's the perfect connection between Jamaica and Colombia. I'm inviting you to the podium, Your Excellency Bernard.
Good afternoon. After Marta's presentation, I want to clarify that I do work. I do work. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I am very pleased to always taking part in these activities. I believe in learning another language, second, third language, because I always talk of my history. In my community, we talk Creole, what you call Patois here. So that's my mother tongue. So as the Jamaicans say, me can chat the Patois too. Okay, so it's important to improve to standard English and also to have a Spanish. I learned Spanish at school. So, and at home, no one did at that time did talk Spanish to me. So it's opportunity also to improve your life sheet, improve your communication skill. So I just want to congratulate this program, the leaders, the organizers, and all those who have taken part in it. And congratulate the students, the teachers, and everyone, because I know that it's a big effort to have people on the line learning a second language, have the patience of teaching language is not easy because sometimes people might do this for a certification or for have a diploma, but for real in life it's necessary. I dream to talk French, Marta. I have a little skill in French. I really love that language. It's like the language of love. And I'm doing my best to set myself in a training process. So just want to say that having Spanish is a great opportunity. Spanish is spoken in a lot of countries in the world, and you know, the world is having a great tendency to talking more Spanish. Sometimes when you go in the network, you find a lot of communication in English, but also in Spanish. So you will have the opportunity to understand and to share. So my motivation is for you teachers to continue doing your great jobs, for students to continue in a second phase, third phase, what is necessary to accomplish a high level of English. So in Colombia, we also try to contribute to the Jamaican government. We finished last year, December. We finished a short course for public servants here in Jamaica. We are about to continue in a second phase, and we really want to join effort with all the entities and the different organizations that are doing their job to enhance the quality of Spanish, enhance the Spanish language, and enhance the beautiful way of communicating in Spanish. Nothing better than say chévere. Yeah. No, right, that's my favorite word, chévere. I love that word because it's expressive. When you say chévere, you talk about yourself, about the environment, about your feelings. So everybody should be chévere this evening. Thank you.
It is very nice to have ambassadors that are willing to attend sessions like this and address the audience and encourage everybody to learn and to continue moving, and they understand the importance of languages. Thank you very much. We are coming to the end of the story, I realize. So now we are going to you need to leave soon, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to now be asking 3 of our teachers please to come to the podium and make a presentation to each of the presenters. So just start with Su Excelencia Turizo. Y lo que le vamos a regalar es una botella de ron cubano. Ok. Entonces, no vayan a subir por ahí. Tiene que ser por aquí o por allá. Sí. Ajá. So you need to stand up, sir, in front of the table now. Y entonces, ¿quién le va a dar la botella de ron a él? Eres tú. Delante de la mesa. Delante de la mesa. So you need to pararse aquí. No se vaya a caer. No se me vaya a caer. Sí. Ahí. Para uno de ustedes.
On behalf of everyone here, we'd like to thank you for here to share with us the importance of learning Spanish, not only economic-wise, but as a way to enter the culture. Thank you so much.
Who told you I was a rum lover? Is that public, right? That's public.
It's not public, it's private.
Bueno, thank you. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Necesito que me espere un minuto más, no se me vaya a quedar. ¿Sí? Ok, vamos. Ahora, un minutito para que la profe pueda sacarse la foto. Después le doy permiso. Entonces ahora con nuestra embajadora de Cuba, la señora Su Excelencia Larroque.
Okay, on behalf of our program, Miss, we would like to give you thanks for everything that you have done in our community. That your work is really important. And I'm glad that you are supporting us with your empathy, with your thoughts, with everything to our program. Right? Thank you.
Okay, ahí. Listo.
Y ahora nos toca a nuestra hablante de inglés, español, pagua y moviéndose hacia
Así es.
Your Excellency, it is my honor to present to you this token on behalf of the program. We are really appreciative of your hard work, and we are grateful that you have made time to come here to grace us with your presence and to also share with us the importance of learning Spanish. We also are grateful for the support, the collaboration, that you have with us, and we look forward to many more ventures with you. Thank you so much for your involvement in many things, and thank you for just being here. We are most grateful. Thank you so much.
Un abrazo de mujeres.
So before Ambassador venga profes a sacar una foto con los embajadores y el grupo completo. It is very important to say that we are going to celebrate April 23rd in different ways. We are going to be giving away Spanish keyboards to schools. We are starting the Spanish for Foreigners, and we are organizing a trip to Europe in July. So there are 3 main activities. Hello, I'm now coming up with the and from all the persons participating online, thank you.
Ahora vemos la salida del embajador de España.
Ah, bueno. Bueno, pero hagamos algo. Pero hagamos algo y hagamos bulla. Invitamos a los americanos.
We cannot forget that you guys are online. No, 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 no. We are just sending off one of the ambassadors that needed to excuse himself, but the ceremony continues. And now we continue with the graduation. 1 minute, please. To put on my eyes. Good. Now, as we said before, the school is going to celebrate International Day of Spanish and World Copyright Day with 3 main activities. A company called Incomex has been donating to the ministry Spanish keyboards. So we are going to be organizing for the schools to receive these keyboards so they can negotiate with the computer labs to extend the space to learn Spanish using AI. We are going to start offering Spanish as of April 20th. But we have here already a teacher who started a private class in Montego Bay and is doing a fantastic work. Here is his name, and here is the professor. Please stand up, acknowledge you. And his name is Osmani, another Cuban teacher. And Osmani has been doing an amazing work teaching a family. Daddy, who is a surgeon, the wife, who is an accountant, and the 10-year-old, who is a child. So he already has 3 different learning levels within the same class. But his classes are amazing, amazing, entertaining. They have produced videos. They have produced business cards. They have done imaginary trips. He is using methodology to its best. Thank you very much. Yes. Now, I forgot to say that in the back, remember, we have 2 companies. We invited Hispanics that are in Jamaica to come and to show the presence. So we have 2 Colombian companies. The one to the extreme left is selling products. And this one here, almost in the center, is giving away products. Hence, you always see this one more full than the other. I guess it's self-explanatory. So by the time you finish, you are invited also to go there. Now they are making a presentation to ambassadors. She is now, Madame Luz Amparo, is the president of the Colombian Association of Residents here in Jamaica. And they are sampling products. They want to hear what you have to say. There is another person in the audience. There are several persons. Each of you is important. I have 2 little birds in this audience today that started this program with us, and they have not missed 1 ceremony. And they are Annabelle and Rolando. Please stand up. Consul and Deputy Head of Mission at the Cuban Embassy. And they have been here all the time. Let it be known that when we complete the registration online, they receive copy. PICA receives copy. Ministry of National Security receives copy. So this is how we can protect our students. And if the police stops you and you cannot talk and the police needs a call, they will call one of these entities and they can verify that that person is an official student at the school. So we really care for our students. But we have somebody else who is coming from the far east, Dr. Lei Feng. Will you please care to stand, Doctor? Now, very unassuming, an amazing brain, the director of the Confucius Institute here in Jamaica, organizing any amount of activities. He sleeps on Facebook, organizing activities, and they have been able to utilize a very good cadre of Jamaicans who speak Chinese better than the Chinese. I was invited, I had the honor of being invited to visit China September 13th to 30th last year. His main concern is that this old lady was not going to make the hours of flight. So he kept on checking on me, Martha, are you okay? Martha, can you walk? Martha, can you this? But he was able to put together a group of Jamaicans who are technicians, they are selling Chinese car, They are working in Chinese companies. And when I saw those Jamaicans speaking Chinese, I was really brushed away. It was amazing. That is his work. Right now, he's exploring possibilities to see how he can meet with ministry to start Chinese in schools. So you may hear something about it moving into the future. Thank you very much, Mr. Lei Feng, for being here. And again, for an excellent work. Yes. And now, another lady arrived. This is Jamaican, 100% and 100% on top of it. And she is the lady responsible for this school's registration with NCTVET. Director Ingrid Falconer, please come back. Now, what is NCTVET? The national agency that offers registration for the labor force in Jamaica. What we are doing now is saying to them, let us sit down and work together the Spanish program. So when we offer the program, it will come in a joint effort, NCTVET. And they were gracious enough to give us a memo, a letter that you have already in your magazines to show, one, that we are official, and secondly, that we are growing. Thank you very much, madam, for arriving now. Entonces, ¿cómo nos vamos sintiendo? Sigo en español. A ver. No, porque aquí hay... Chévere. But then what is happening? Oh, I identified something. The students from the private class in Montego Bay just arrived. And look at them down there. Would you care to stand up, please? Dr. Praveen? ¿No es él? Ah, yo pensé que era él porque yo dije, voy a hablar en español y él hizo así. Ah, no eres tú, no han llegado todavía. Okay. But I have Janine, Jamaican, and no Spanish. And she's a teacher at the American school here in Kingston, Jamaica. So, for persons like Janine, and that sir there who is a companion husband, and the other one who is also a companion husband, we need to be combined in English and Spanish, and of course, Madam Falconer. Otherwise, we could go into full Spanish. Okay. Now, at this point in time, understanding that this program started as a PhD research project, each of the teachers, lecturers, have been working at preparing information in different areas. And this is a time now when I'm going to invite each of you, or the four of you, to come and briefly share with the team what you have been preparing. As a consequence of this particular activity, each one is going to be presented with a certificate that appoints you as a PhD research assistant. And these ladies have been working hard, very hard. So while Jaenka goes for her stuff, and then Marsha as well, please ladies, come and take your time, 5 minutes each one, and make your presentation. Venga muchachitas, no creo que está funcionando. Venga, vas a tener que hablar.
Good afternoon, muy buenas tardes. Yes, all right, so we're going to be doing a little presentation, sharing with you some mini research projects we have undertaken at Wilmer's Boys. So I'm Ramona Kane, Miss Ramona Kane, this is Miss Diaz,
both work alongside each other in the Department of Modern Languages. So I'm going to be speaking firstly about our total immersion projects. So we have been going to Panama since 2024, and last year we had a lot more participants, 19 in total, 15 students and 4 adults. This trip was particularly to engage students in direct conversations in Spanish in a Spanish-speaking country, and it was quite fun. It wasn't only for them to interact with natives, but to learn about the culture of the Panamanian culture. This was very important because in June, or I think in May, these students will be sitting, some of these students will be sitting the CSEC examination. The very important part of the CSEC examination is knowing cultural information, especially for the writing, the letters that they have to write. So they did a feedback. They had different challenges, one at the airport, one when they get to Panama, I think it's in a restaurant, and a reflective piece, which was well received and well done. And outside of that, we did another portion, another project that Ms. Diaz will tell you a little bit about.
Okay, good afternoon again. So we have been doing lots of things, as Ms. Ramona said before, and this part of the presentation is focusing on the Spanish keyboard demonstration. So the school, the Caribbean Training Institute for Languages, so donate to my school some Spanish keyboards. So we decided to put this keyboard into practice, not to give the keyboards and that's it. So we donate keyboards and that's it. No, we go forward. So what we did, we went into the principal's office, we asked them for permission and we put the keyboards in the labs. So we called the students and joined, and they joined, and we started to showing them the difference between the English keyboard and the Spanish keyboard, because you see keyboards and then you say all of them are same. No.
Right.
So, and we thought about the position of the hands, and also we showed them how to put the accent in the different words in Spanish. So we showed them how to write special characters as well. And they're really interested because sometimes when they are going to sit in the exams, in CSEC exams, they just face challenges. As one of them are the writing. So when they are going to write in Spanish, all those things come. So we were training them how to write in Spanish and also how to get familiar with the Spanish keyboard. That is basically what we did. So we can do more, and we are doing more. Lady here who's always, you know, pushing us, but we are just happy, and what else we are?
We are excited.
Yes. Thank you very much.
There is a little video. We will have to circulate that video at a later time.
Yeah.
But in the interest of time, we want to thank you so much for your attention, and have a good rest of your afternoon. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, ya entra immersion. Las dos ITs. Now remember, the program has 2 Hispanics, native speakers, Mayrelis and Yainka, and 2 English speakers, and they are Ramona and Marsha. She's a more veteran with us, and everybody knows Marsha. And here is Marsha now to share her presentation. Adelante, muchacha.
Buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon, everyone. So what I'll be presenting on is how to motivate adults to learn English. That is a challenge that you would find as a foreign language teacher or as a student of a foreign language. What is most common is that students may shy away from speaking the language. So I'm just here to give a little synopsis of how we can motivate our students to speak the language. All right, so first, let's look at the challenges that we may encounter. And these challenges: fear of mistakes, low participation, confidence, lack of practice. And these are things, issues that may inhibit them from speaking the language. Now, what must we do to make sure that our students feel safe? First, we establish a safe learning environment, which should include all of these factors. We encourage mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. We need to let the students know that it's fine to make mistakes, okay? Because it's from our mistakes that we will learn, all right? So we need to get them, comfortable to know that it's fine to make your mistakes because you're going to learn from them, all right? The next thing, avoid harsh correction. Sometimes our enthusiasm may cause us to want to correct every mistake the child makes or the student makes on the spot, but that is not recommended based on research. That is not recommended, all right? The next thing, build trust. It's important for us to establish trust between the learner and the teacher. That's very important, because when you have the students' trust, you can get them to maximize their potential, all right? The next thing we'll look at, give feedback. Feedback is very important. Very, very important. Who doesn't like, after doing an activity, you hear, you were good, or you were, you need to improve on this or that. So feedback is very important. Let the student know his or her strengths and weaknesses. And the other thing, very important, we praise effort. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever attempt the student makes, make sure you commend them. That will motivate them to want to participate more and build the confidence of wanting to speak the language, because that is our aim, wanting them to speak the language, all right? Now, here are some speaking activities that we can use to motivate students to speak the language. Interactive activities like role plays and group work, discussions and real-life tasks and games. All right, those are things that we can get to encourage our students. I have a video here that I would like for you to hear, but we don't have the time and you'd not hear the audio. So this can be circulated at a later date. Okay, so I mentioned about building students' confidence. So how do we do this? Start with pair activities, give preparation time, set small goals, and increase difficulty gradually, right? So when the student has passed a stage, it's okay to increase the difficulty level. Fluency and accuracy. So do not interrupt too much, use gentle correction, and recast errors, practice pronunciation. Recasting, I don't know how many of you are familiar with recasting, but for example, a child or a student may make a mistake. For example, the student may say, Miss, I told my father about it yesterday. And you may just reiterate and say, oh, you told your father about it yesterday. So the child will infer the correction there. Instead of saying, no, don't say that, man. It should have been told. So you can recast, okay? Practice pronunciation. Very, very important that we emphasize pronunciation. So we can do drills, let them listen to songs and so on. So drills are important in doing that. Okay? I want to make sure I go into 5 minutes. Make learning relevant, so use real-life topics, focus on adult goals, use authentic materials, and use technology. Very important, as in this program, Martha emphasizes, she insists that we use AI. Very important, because we are in that era and we have to be abreast of what is happening. So the use of AI is very important, and it is encouraged because the students can use AI to help them in their pronunciation, in their vocabulary development, and so on. Okay, so you can research apps for practice, speaking practice. You can online conversations, and of course, videos and AI tools are ideal for this. And so now here are some key takeaways. Reduce anxiety, encourage speaking, use interactive tasks, balance fluency and accuracy. Build confidence step by step. And so we will get our students to be motivated in wanting to speak the language. I thank you so much for your attention.
Entonces nos va quedando la entra. Adelante, profe.
All right, so my presentation is going to be short. It would be about collaboration in the creation of teaching aids for education. So as you know, teaching aids play a crucial role, in the teaching and learning of Spanish in Jamaica and any other part of the world where you learn any foreign or second language, as they provide structure, context, and meaningful opportunities for communication. Effective teaching aids such as visual arts, digital tour, or interactive activities help students to connect language to real life situations, making learning more engaging and relevant. In contexts where Spanish is a foreign language, these resources are also support teachings in addressing diverse learning styles and levels while promoting cultural awareness and communicative competence. So I'm going to just talk about a few resources that we were working to collaborate with the teaching and learning of Spanish in Jamaica. So the first things that we create, along with Ms. Martha, it was a linguistic inventory for primary level Spanish. So this is a pedagogical and methodological proposal to empower all primary level Spanish as a foreign language teacher by providing a comprehensive collection of teaching resources along with educational, didactic, and methodological strategies, right? And the second one to present to you is the training manual for the new Cuban teachers. As you know, we have the collaboration program here, welcome. And this manual was created as part of the orientation process for new Cuban teachers of Spanish who have been recruited to provide professional and academic support in Jamaica as part of the bilateral cooperation in education between the two countries. Its purpose is to facilitate their successful integration into the Jamaican education system and to help them understand their roles and responsibilities as teachers of Spanish in this context. This is the other collaboration. It was a bilingual approach, so the travel booklet. You know, everybody is laughing because Jesus, it was nice and it was a very good work. So this approach is to learn a second or a foreign language enhanced the travel experience by exploring different cultures and facilitating language immersion, right? So it's a nice booklet. You can, so I suggest you to, you know. And then we work also in a glossario, professional glossary bilingual, it's bilingual. This compilation provides helpful terms and expression in both Spanish and language to assist teachers of Spanish as a foreign language here in Jamaica. It serves as a support and reference tool, including a variety of words and phrases for everyday use. The aim is to help to standardize professional and academic vocabulary among primary and secondary school teachers. And the lesson plan manual, so I invite you to go to the table to see this collaboration. So the lesson plan manual that we have for primary school, and also we defend one for the foreign language, the training is I forgot the name. The Caribbean Training Institute for Languages. Sorry. We defend also a lesson plan and manual. It's a structure and pedagogical guide organized for sequencing, executing the Spanish teaching learning process with a community approach and in accordance with the CEFR. So I invite you to see some of the works in the table, so I don't have any other way to show you, and also we can share the link for you if you want to go. Thank you very much.
To move a little faster, I would like the 4 teachers to stay here to make a recognition to you. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. The teachers who made their presentation, please join us on in the front to acknowledge and close this moment. Yes. We know that it took you a lot of time and effort to put all this together. Night speaking on the phone, asking each other, what is there? What can I say? What can't I say? What should be going in the research? How are we going to be reporting to Ministry of Education and telling them we are making this, that, So the 4 teachers, the 4 lecturers, did a lot of night work and midnight work to put together the research. And as a consequence of that, today we are using this opportunity not only to acknowledge their contribution, but also to present each of them with a certificate, which is a naming under the category of PhD Research Assistant. And I want a strong round of applause for each one because they are amazing. 1 minute now, and let us make the presentations. So the first one will be Jaenka. And Jaenka has worked with Martha, stayed in my house during COVID, worked midnight. Jaenka is Jaenka. And then we have baby Ramona. The youngest one, welcome to the team. And then we have the veteran, my lady. And then we have the English Walking Bible. Who is that? Marsha. So take all the pictures that you want of our researchers. These are the persons who are helping us to shape the programs. We discuss a lot. We agree and or disagree, but we learn from each other. And this is how we keep the program going. The feedback received from the students, from the trainees is very positive. And at this point in time, the school has 7 scholarship recipients in Mexico. 1 from Colombia, and here is my Colombian student, baby young April. And we have 2 from Venezuela. So the school is now combining students from different nationalities, and they have to be together. Notwithstanding that they did not make a presentation, we still have 1 certificate for Osmani and another one for Alexander, because you have also been working and researching. Please come to the front and allow me to present you with your certificates, because you also deserve it and you have been working very hard. And you're going to stay here also waiting for your presents. These are the 2 maids we have in the group. Yes. We want to say to the 6 lecturers, thank you. And now that we're going to start working with NC Tibet to go for this national registration, your work is going to become even more important and relevant. And there is Madame Falconer as the witness of what I'm saying, because you were already saying we are going to need persons to sit down with us and sit down and craft based on the Jamaican standards. And thank you very much. Muchas gracias, profesores. Hay que moverse un poquito rápido porque si no esta leche condensada se duerme. Vamos a la presentación de certificados, que eso es lo que más nos gusta. Ahí están las dos embajadoras preparaditas para empezar. Entonces, hay una serie de números culturales y todo eso sí están, pero vamos a presentar los certificados ahora. Y esta vez, ¿de dónde salió?
Esta es mi alumna Amy.
Cuidado. Mira la mamá ahí atrás. Mira la mamá ahí atrás. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estamos? Así mismo. Entonces vamos a comenzar con la presentación. Sorry. Algo así ella te pasa por al lado. Mayrelis y Yaenka las necesito para presentar aquí los certificados, profesora Jared. The students will be coming in front. Which side they should come from. Vamos a comenzar con el grupo de beginners. ¿Dónde están los estudiantes de beginners? ¿Dónde están los estudiantes de beginners? ¿Hay algún estudiante de la clase de principiantes aquí? Adelante.
¿Dos a la vez?
Sí, ya le
Dos a la vez o una a la vez.
Yes, desde los beginners. Okay, mira, okay, ¿quién más está aquí de beginners? ¿Qué otro estudiante está de la clase de beginners? Ok, entonces tenga la amabilidad de usted, señor estudiante, que subir al podio, por favor. ¿Dónde está el certificado de él? Ajá.
¿Quién va a presentar?
A minute. Get the certificate first. ¿Qué pasó? Nosotros le pedimos a cada estudiante que confirmara para presentar el certificado de él. Cuando preparamos la graduación, le pedimos a los estudiantes que confirmaran. Él acaba de llegar de Cuba y no confirmó. Entonces, de todas maneras, le vamos a reconocer tu graduación de que terminaste este trimestre. Quedaría pendiente entonces de que podamos entregar ese certificado. ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Sí, ahora te van a entregar uno fake. Muchachitas, permiso, vamos a entregarle uno fake simbólicamente. Vengan. Tranquila. Toma uno que quiera, no importa, una presentación simbólica. Y entonces se le entrega más adelante. Okay, toma uno, por favor, ven y vamos a hacer ya. Podrías tomar todo ese momento que están ahí igual. ¿Se ve el nombre? No lo pueden montar ahora. Vamos a ver entonces. Acércate a la embajadora para que reciba su certificado. Gracias y gracias por venir. Ok. Intermediate. ¿Qué más?
Yarelis.
¿Dónde está ella?
Yarelis ahí.
Ok, Yarelis, adelante. ¿Quién le entrega a Yarelis ahora? La embajadora de ella. Mire, su excelencia. A ver, muchachita linda, acérquese. Sí. Ajá, foto y todo. Felicidades, Yarelis. Felicidades con el logo. Okay. Each student is going to receive a certificate and is going to receive a student's report. And on the reverse of the student's report is the framework for the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. And there they are indicating what is at this point your international level, which is that is basically the intention. So if you have to go for a job interview and your interviewer will ask you, what is your level? A1 or A2? B1 or B2? C1 or C2? There is an assessment that proposes what you have achieved up to this moment. So Yarelis, congratulations. Okay. Intermediate? Okay, intermediate now. Where are the intermediate students?
Here.
Ah, that is the group. Wow, wow, wow. Come on.
Yes.
Ajá. ¿Cuánto sería tú? Ah, sí. ¿Tú también eres intermedio?
Sí.
Ok. ¿Pueden pasar por el podio? Cada uno de ustedes puede dar la vuelta. Sí. Ajá. Mira, mira, mira. Te está diciendo que mejor lo hagan por aquí, por la cámara. Ok. Cada una de un lado y cada una entrega 2 y 3 o 3 y 2. Ok. Vamos a entregarle ahora a las embajadoras los certificados. Sí, para que ellas puedan
Ayuda con la foto de la plaquita mía, la colombiana.
Pónganse en el medio ustedes, en el medio, en el medio, en el medio, así mismo. Vas a quitar. Venga, son 5 estudiantes. Muy bien.
Then
Una
Anabel,
embajadora entrega 2 y la otra
then
3.
Jordanka,
Corre un poquito
then
más para
Virgen,
acá.
and then
Muy bien. Entonces, the intermediate group of students now will be receiving their certificates and also their teacher's assessment based on the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. Ambassador of Cuba, you will present 2. Colombia will present 3. And cameras ready, and those who are taking picture, yes, this is the time. So here we have our student from Colombia.
April.
April. Very young. And we have one of our Cuban teachers. One of our Cuban teachers working in Jamaica.
Anabel.
Okay, Anabel.
Felicitaciones. Espérate que falta la foto del fotógrafo por acá.
Ready. Very good. And then the next one is Jordan.
Jordanka.
Muy bien.
Very disciplined
Yeah.
student.
Yes.
Very
And the
disciplined.
next one is Virgen. Oh, Virgen is a big.
Virgen
Always
Santi.
communicating. Yes.
Santi.
Virgen. Virgen. Yes. Muy bien.
Okay.
Y entonces tenemos
Join.
Okay.
al jefe de la brigada.
Yeah.
Y él es también el coordinador del grupo.
Okay.
Muy bien. Ok.
Oye, el jefe le tocó el nuevo, el jefe le tocó foto doble.
Gracias. Muy bien. Entonces ahora tenemos el grupo avanzado.
Déjame pasar, que no tengo grupo.
Al grupo completo, ¿quiere sacarse una foto? Una foto.
Voy, yo paso yo a la
Falta la profe.
Que no se gradúa si no tienen profe.
Falta la profe, así mismo. Y este es el grupo intermedio, intermediate level, with the 2 teachers and the students. Yes, guys. Remember to use these pictures for your end of year assessment. Okay, very good. Now moving to the advanced group. The advanced group. The advanced group. Okay, intermediate now. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Necesito uno blanco ahora. Amy. Amy me falta.
Okay, the advanced group, led by our pioneer, the longest lasting student in school, Diana Ray. And here we have now the 4 students representing the advanced group. And this is the group that's supposed to be between B1, B2, and some are at C1.
Wow.
I tell you. So, please, ambassadors again. Please, ambassadors again. A ver, como son 4, son 2 y 2. Cada una recibir sus fotos y las cámaras son ready, like selling. Entonces comenzamos por
Yesenia.
Ok, Yesenia. Felicidades, Yesenia. Ok, la otra embajadora ahora.
Diana.
Diana.
Diana es la coordinadora de todos los coordinadores, de todos los grupos, es la veterana de la escuela, es descendiente de jamaicano, es la que prepara el video de la investigación y Diana es lo máximo. Bien. Ok. Excelencia.
Amy.
Amy.
Amy. Ah, Amy. Ok, felicitaciones.
Foto ahora con las profesoras del grupo completo y las embajadoras.
Amy, esto ya no tiene tu nombre porque salió con un error. Estamos imprimiéndolo para dárselo.
La sonrisa, o sea, por cómo respirar el aire adentro. 1, 2 y 3. Muchas felicidades. Entonces, recuerden que estamos en línea y que tenemos personas que nos están observando. Gracias por estar en línea. Thank you for being online. Thank you for your support. And we are coming to the end of a very nice session. And for this purpose, wow, that family arrived now. Is that Dr. Praveen and family? Wow, the private class from Montego Bay. Yes. Remember that recuerden que yo mencioné la clase que tiene los 3 niveles. El esposo, la esposa y el niño. Vienen llegando. Dr. Praveen, welcome. And you may sit down, and your wife as well, and your son as well, with your lecturer. Okay, niña, por favor. Thank you for making it, because you are coming from far. Good. Un minutico ahora. Yo quiero que se pare usted un momentico aquí, que los llame, para explicar. Permiso, se pueden ir sentando. Gracias. This part of the conference now is just pointing into where we have accomplished much and most of what we have planned. And Diana is now going to be starting warming up for the Congresillo. But before, we want to make a special mention of this group that represents the first private class the school is offering. And this family is from Montego Bay. Please, Dr. Praveen, come with your wife and your son. That is a surprise. Yes, come here. What is interesting is that Dr. Praveen contacted me 2 years ago, and he said, I want to study Spanish. And he kept on calling and saying, I want to study Spanish. And he kept on calling and saying, I want to study Spanish. And in 2026, 2 years after, the class could start. Mr. Osmani Rodriguez is the lecturer. Dr. Praveen is a surgeon.
He's an oncologist.
The bad ill is a vaccine oncologist. His wife is an accountant. And his son is only 10 years old. Oh, wow. Imagine now for a teacher that needs to teach 3 different levels within the same class. Well, this is happening very well. They seem to be very happy with the teacher. They go and pick up the teacher and drop the teacher. And the teacher seems to be, the lecturer, very happy with his students. Please share with us a little of your experience. Say something.
I want to say some of the experiences, tell you some of the experiences I have had with my esteemed students.
Yes, the last one
But I thought if I started to talk about the experiences I have had with my students, I will spend hours telling you things. So I just dedicated a few minutes to write something, make it shorter, but with the same enthusiasm I feel as a teacher of these esteemed students I have. Your Excellencies, graduates, students, still Dr. Marta Luisa Corvetco, staff, good afternoon. Today I would like to share my experiences in teaching Spanish as a foreign language and highlight the progress my students have achieved throughout the course. This presentation focuses on the development of their language skills, the learning experience we shared, and the outcomes that demonstrate their improvement. At the beginning of the course, most of my students started with a basic or limited level of Spanish. Some of them experienced difficulties in understanding spoken Spanish, producing accurate sentences and using vocabulary with confidence later on. Some of them felt insecure about speaking, mainly due to fear of making mistakes or being misunderstood. These challenges are common in foreign language learning and serve as an important point of departure of our work in the classroom. As the course progressed, students were exposed to a variety of learning activities designed to support the development of the 4 language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Through guided practice, conversations, role-playing activities, reading exercises, and short written tasks, students were able to continue having the opportunity to use the language with a meaningful context. Fostering a supportive learning environment helped them gain confidence and encourage active participation in class. One of the most noticeable areas of improvement was in speaking and listening skills. Over time, students became more willing to communicate in Spanish, even when their language was not yet perfect. They began to express their ideas with greater clarity, expand their vocabulary, and improve their pronunciation. In listening activities, students demonstrated improved comprehension of instructions, dialogues, and simple conversations. Significant progress was also observed in reading and writing. Students developed a stronger ability to understand short texts, identify key intonation and information, and respond appropriately to them. In writing, they progressed from producing isolated words or basic phrases to constructing complete sentences and short paragraphs with increased accuracy and coherence. To assess this progress, I administered an evaluation that measured the 4 language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The results reveal a satisfactory level of improvement across all areas. Compared to their initial performance, students demonstrated stronger comprehension, more effective language production, and increased confidence in using Spanish as a foreign language. These results confirmed that the instructional strategies and the ongoing practice had a positive impact on their learning. Overall, this experience demonstrates that learning Spanish as a foreign language is an achievable goal when students receive consistent support, structured practice, and encouragement. The progress observed reflected not only the development of linguistic skills, but also students growing in confidence and willingness to communicate. In conclusion, I am very proud of the progress my students have made throughout the course. Their improvements highlights the importance of active participation, continuous practice, and a positive learning environment in foreign language education. Thank you very much.
We want to hear now Dr. Praveen, and we need to hear the young son. How were the classes? Did you enjoy it? Are you learning? Let us listen now to the real testimonial along with that of the teacher. What do you have to say, Dr. Praveen and
Okay, I'll go first. When I started, personally, he does Spanish at school. I did French at school. So the only word I knew was hola. So that's it. But I must say, over the past few weeks, Mr. Osman is very patient. He's very willing. He'll go over and over, and his classes are very enjoyable. He tells us stories, real life situations, so I can relate. And when I can relate, I'm able to remember more of what is being taught. And the classes are not boring. He will allow us to stop, ask questions, pause, repeat, go back, linking. So he linked last week's lessons with today's lesson and shows us how we progress in grammar, what we should watch for, little tricks and trades. So he makes it easy for us. So learning is easy, and learning is easy and enjoyable, then it makes everything, the progress, as you can see, the progress speaks for itself.
let us listen to the young generation. How do you feel?
I feel very satisfied with these classes. I learn way more than I do learn at school because everybody has to stay at one simple level, but in this class I can actually go up and hear what actually more there is to this foreign language. And I'm very satisfied with my teacher. I'm happy he doesn't make the classes boring. And I just want to thank him very much for all the time he has
Okay, now let us listen to that.
Wait, one more thing I must add. You all know who the favorite is in the class. And the brightest. Right?
Well, I mean, much has been said. My wife here and my son, they've told you how, we have been doing the classes. And for me personally, as Dr. Martha said, it was my dream. Like, I have been attracted to Spanish from even before. I'm basically from India. I came to Jamaica some time ago, but even before coming, I always wanted to learn Spanish. It was there. And, just the right opportunity to get, and now I'm doing it. I'm so happy. In fact, I wrote something in Spanish. I don't know if you will excuse my pronunciations. Okay, I will want to read it. Right? It's just an introduction. I mean, I think we're doing some Mary to that right? I would like to read it. Please excuse my pronunciation. I'm working. All right? It says, Saludos a todos. Me siento muy feliz de compartir este escenario y estos momentos con ustedes. Mi nombre es Dr. Pratima, tengo 48 años. Aunque soy de la India, mi hogar está en Jamaica, donde conocí a mi amada esposa Tamar y tenemos un hijo muy inteligente, Zaran. Soy oncólogo radioterapeuta consultar principal y dirijo los servicios de radioterapia en Cornwall Regional Hospital. Amigos, aprender español ha sido mi sueño desde siempre y quiero expresar mi sincero agradecimiento a la señora Marta y a nuestro querido profesor, el señor por ayudarme a hacerlo realidad. Nunca podré agradecerles lo suficiente por ser mis guías en este camino, no solo para aprender un idioma extranjero, sino también para dominar el arte de la comunicación. El énfasis en la escucha me ha ayudado a convertirme en una mejor persona. Y créanme, aprender es realmente divertido. Asistir a clases con la familia y estoy disfrutando cada momento. Una vez más, gracias a todos por esta maravillosa oportunidad y por mi autodescubrimiento. I'm sorry.
Because, well, but you came. And he's possibly planning even to go to Europe in July. And remember that these trips are going to be done once per year. And the intention is to get to know France, for those who love France, and Spain, for those who are learning Spanish. But what is important is that there's a word that defines you. Stick to itness. 2 years and over and change, and he kept on calling and insisting and calling and insisting until the right teacher came, and here you are. Thank you very much for making it. Congratulations on your work, and continue learning. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Entonces, ahí se está preparando Luz Amparo, la presidenta de la Asociación de Colombianos Residentes en Jamaica. Mírenla allá, alguien que yo conocí hace 33 años. Y aquí está ella representando una agencia que están regalando muestras de productos para que todo el mundo lo disfrute. So here we have Luz Amparo, who is the president of the Association of Colombians residing in Jamaica. Somebody that I met 33 years ago. And here she is representing a firm, and she's giving away samples of products, hoping that everybody can enjoy it. So she was preparing to give some presents also to the presenters. Now, this magazine that takes a lot, guys, is a very good summary of what we have put together for this term. I want to take 1 minute or two to look at the content of the magazine, and I'm encouraging the teachers to take it to your schools, present it to your principals, and use this evidence for your end-of-year assessment. This magazine takes days and nights and too many midnights to put it together. We have the cover, we have the link, and right now we have persons connected from the different countries and jurisdictions. We have the national symbols of Jamaica in 3 languages, the national anthem, and then we have Dr. Bird, and then we have the flower and the fruit, good, and the coat of arms. And we have then the national anthem and the national pledge. We move into the pink sheet, and there you have the program for today, and then the introduction of the academic staff, comenzando con nuestra veterana inglesita, Marsha. And then we have Robert, who sends apologies he could not be here. Madame Halshan Gallimore, Martha, the lady speaking to you, my Relis and Jaenka, my two anchors, and then we have baby Ramona. Now, in this magazine, because of a mistake, Osmani is not included. This page was reproduced, and because of an oversight, it was not timely included. Apologies, Professor. Then we go now to validation, and in validation, you have this letter from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, appointing the school as one of the 5 entities authorized to conduct official translations on to the Hague Convention. And then we have another letter encouraging received from the Deputy Financial Secretary at the Ministry of Finance, acknowledging the work the school has done through the years. We have been translating documents from Jamaicans for the 33 years I've been in Jamaica, and that is a lot. And then we move into what we call the treasure. The treasure are students. Pictures of students and notes on the students, and those who could meet the deadline were able to send their name and their contribution and their assessment of the program, because it is not to do but what do you think about it? Does it work or it doesn't work? Do we have to change? What can we improve? Then we went into the research data, exam, attendance, and all that. Los estudiantes que reciben certificados de graduados son los que hacen los 2 exámenes, tienen buena asistencia y han cumplido con todo. Para los que no han podido cumplir con todo, pero para reconocerles el esfuerzo, se les da un certificado de participación, que es una graduación parcial. Going into English. For the students who have done absolutely everything, the 2 exams, good attendance, and have fulfilled all the requirements, they receive a certificate of graduation, completion. For those who have done some of the term, but due to unforeseen circumstances could not fulfill everything, they receive a certificate of participation to acknowledge the work but they did not complete. So here we have all this data and many tables that you can read at a later time. And then we moved into the total immersion trips. We did 1 to Europe. There is here the information on the one that Ramona did to Panama. And then we have the one where I went to China with Dr. Lei Feng. And guys, it was an amazing experience. They are having that trip to China again this year. Anybody interested, speak to Dr. Lei Feng. And at least last year, you will pay for your airfare, and then China took care of all the expenses in China. Extremely attractive, an amazing experience. Even today is giving thanks because of so many presents that I bought down there for her. It was an eye-opening because China right now is producing over 30% of the manufacturing production worldwide. It is a reality. Then, we in the morning did not succeed too well, to organize the second foreign language book writers and content creators exhibition. At least there is a digital magazine, and some of the book writers are here. Will you care to please stand up so you can be publicly acknowledged? The book writers, Mayrelis, Marsha, Jaenka, am I missing anybody else? Okay, and these are 3 of the 4 teachers because Ramonia did not get the time to present something. So these are now teachers that are teaching, are researching, are publishing, and that gives the understanding as to how far we are. I am sure that by next time, the other 3 teachers are going to have also many publications coming to share with the team. Let me continue. We have now the dates of the term we are completing today, the 10th term. We have the dates of the 11th term starting on April the 20th Y ese es el trimestre que va hasta julio, el 11º. Y tenemos entonces el 12º, que sería de septiembre a diciembre. Ya con las fechas aquí es más fácil promover. Meaning, having the dates, everybody will know from what date to which date each term runs. Now, NCT Vet, Dr. Falconer, we are so happy. We are so pleased because we are not remaining stagnant. We are going to continue moving with the times. And we want to be able to make our contribution to the Jamaican force in Jamaica. The school has set very good antecedents. We ran a Russian and Spanish training in the North Coast. We have been teaching on TV. The school has been doing any amount of things through the years. So now we are moving into another stage, and some of you very likely will be invited to collaborate in this project that is going to place us at a different level. There is here an agreement with a company in Ecuador to start utilizing an AI platform called Speakia that offers a language simulator. So persons will be able to use it, and we receive some scholarships. So students can use it and put it to the test. So in your own free time, you can practice, you alone, in the simulator. And then we have also an agreement signed with an institution in Mexico looking at similar collaboration. All this stands for one thing, looking at international cooperation. We have now new opportunities, and research is amazing. Who is offering English courses online for free? Cambridge. The students themselves to speak about the program and express their opinions, whether in favor or against or a suggestion, but definitely the student's opinion. Diana also prepared a video, and she is our videographer. I don't know, but she is a videographer. Every term, as part of the research, students must come together and put together the highlights of the term. And this is how the video came to be, and you are very well featured in that video. You received already a copy. Entonces, ese video es supuestamente un trabajo colaborativo de los estudiantes, donde se le mandan a ella, ¿no?, las fotos, las actividades, todo eso, y entonces se socializa la información y se crea un testimonial de lo que fue la experiencia en ese segmento. Ustedes saben, inteligencia artificial. Diana is a Jamaican descendant like myself. She's a lawyer by profession, but guess what? Diana is teaching Spanish. And Diana got registered as a Spanish teacher in Jamaica with the Jamaica Teaching. I want to celebrate that, Diana, because that is very good. Now, my lady, please, this is your time. You need to be here in front of the camera. I'm so sorry for you. Please, camera gentlemen, relocate the camera to Diana now. You are very kind. Muchas gracias.
Nuevamente vamos a tener un tiempo de relax, estudiantes, porque este es un tiempo de estudiantes donde vamos a compartir algunas experiencias que hemos tenido. Yo le voy a hacer algunas preguntitas y todos me van a contestar como buenos alumnos que son. Ok, lo primero es que me definan en una palabra qué ha significado para ustedes el curso de inglés. Una palabra. Empiezo con Joven. Crecimiento. Por acá. Superación. Por allá. ¿Quién me dice otra? Progreso. Otro por acá. Increíble. Muy bien. Sacrificio. Yesenia, ¿quieres compartir alguna palabra? Orgullo. Muy bien. Está bien todo lo que has dicho. Crecimiento, sacrificio, compromiso, orgullo. Excelente. Otra cosita que les quería preguntar para ustedes, ¿qué es lo más este curso de inglés? Lo más difícil de comenzar este curso de inglés. Rapidito. ¿Quién me dice? Mando yo. Sean voluntarios.
Bueno, al inicio es muy complicado porque avanzando el curso fuimos agarrando la dinámica y bueno, quedamos totalmente enganchados. Pero lo más difícil fue esa primera parte, en donde todo el mundo hablaba inglés y realmente nos sentíamos como en otro planeta.
Es real.
Buscar también la combinación entre el tiempo para estudiar y el tiempo de la clase, además de las funciones de la escuela, que hay que buscar tiempo para verificar, preparar actividades.
Así mismo.
Es difícil.
Cualquiera piensa que el trabajo de un profesor es fácil y no es fácil. Por acá alguien quiere comentarse por lo más difícil al empezar el curso de inglés rapidito. Por acá, Naomi. Entender las palabras en jamaicano. Me falta. Eso fue lo más difícil. Ok, seguimos. ¿Qué ha sido? Esta era la parte más difícil, lo más fácil. ¿Qué ha sido tu mayor logro? Tu mayor logro. Dice Naomi que entender ha sido su mayor logro. Excelente, muy bien, muy bien. Por acá, ¿quién me dice qué ha sido su mayor logro? ¿Cuál ha sido su mayor logro? Hasta aquí. Sabemos que todavía nos falta, no hemos concluido.
Bueno, para mí mi mayor logro ha sido que he mejorado muchísimo la pronunciación, que para mí como maestra es importantísimo para la comunicación tanto con los demás profesores como con los estudiantes. Es decir, que he mejorado muchísimo mi pronunciación, aparte de que he aprendido mucho sobre cómo estructurar el párrafo, las oraciones, todo relacionado con la gramática.
Ok, muchas gracias por su participación y seguimos con otra pregunta. ¿En qué situaciones se siente más cómodo usando el inglés, hablando inglés?
Cuando la profe no está.
¿En qué situaciones te sientes más cómodo? ¿Te sientes cómodo en la escuela? Muy bien. Con amigos. Con amigos. ¿Alguien me puede decir? Yo voy a mandar a personas a hablar que no he escuchado. Así que es mejor que hable ahora o calle para siempre. Otra preguntita que quiero hacer. ¿Cómo te adaptaste al acento jamaiquino? ¿Cómo?
Por supuesto, porque cuando yo entré, yo dije, espérate que aquí mi inglés no está funcionando para nada y yo me bloqueé por varios meses. Y ahora entiendo. Incluso estoy empezando a hablar como jamaicano. Muy bien.
Un aplauso para Naomi. ¿Alguien más quisiera compartir su experiencia? ¿Cómo se adaptó al acento jamaicano?
Que todavía
Si todavía se están adaptando.
Además, déjame decirle que las profesoras en el curso no tenían, es decir, fueron con el estándar English y no sufrimos eso, pero sí lo sufrimos entonces en la comunidad, es decir, en donde vivimos, en la escuela. Y todavía yo conozco, es decir, he podido conversar con profesores de varios años, es decir, que ya están en otros cursos y aún están adaptándose al acento.
A mí me ha sido más cómodo. Porque yo no tengo una formación en lenguas. Mi formación es ciencia exacta. Y me ha adaptado, o sea, el oído, me siento más cómodo cuando estoy conversando en patua, o sea, que cuando me hablan en inglés puro,
Mira para allá. Cada cual tiene su experiencia. Es bueno compartir, cada cual tiene su experiencia. Muy bien esto. Algo gracioso que me quieras comentar que te haya pasado al tú empezar a hablar el inglés. Algo gracioso que te ha ocurrido aprendiendo el inglés. Alguien. Algo gracioso. ¿Nadie tiene alguna anécdota que le haya pasado? Nadie quiere comentar.
No quieren comentar.
Bueno, no importa.
Pero es importante, muchísimo cuando hablábamos. Que en el curso, como era de un profe que se reía muchísimo cuando hablábamos, cuando decíamos algo, nos daban feedback y entendíamos, pero yo creo que se hicieron mucho más que nosotros.
Bueno, esto yo sé que muchos van a contestar jamaicana. ¿Alguna frase jamaicana que conozcan, que se le haya pegado? Frase jamaicana, no me digan que no sabe. No me digan que no sabe.
We are on the corner. Fiesta.
Ok, por acá.
Easy no man.
No. Otra frase. Muy bien. ¿Qué estrategias les ha funcionado para aprender inglés? ¿Qué estrategias les ha funcionado para adquirir conocimiento, para seguir estudiando? ¿Pueden compartir alguna estrategia que hayan utilizado para seguir? Sabemos que nuestra lengua es español y al tú estudiar algo distinto tenemos que buscar estrategias sí o sí. Mucho más que no somos pequeños, ese jovencito que está ahí, rápido salta al español y todos los idiomas, pero ya no son.
I'm saying to her that she needs to include some Englishman because you are, like a fish on a stall, eyes open, can't see.
Y entonces es difícil. Entonces quisiera que alguien pudiera decirnos qué estrategia, por lo menos yo una estrategia que he usado en inteligencia artificial. Los cursos Duolingo,
Elsa Speak. La otra cosa es que todos estos programas te dan unas clases que son gratuitas. Entonces esta gente ha logrado crear una estrategia de ellos que es excelente. Se apuntan en el curso, aprovechan todas las clases gratis. Cuando les piden cobrar, se bajan del curso, desaparecen y vuelven a ingresar. Y entonces de esa manera no necesariamente pagas, pero tienes el beneficio. Porque ahora esa compañía con la que estamos firmando acuerdo con el Ecuador lo que va a hacer es ofrecer un acceso a un laboratorio para que la gente pueda practicar. El laboratorio te va a medir, comparar tu pronunciación con la de un nativo, que eso es lo que hace falta. Existe un software que se llama Spectrograph, pero usted no quiere saber el precio, que también hace eso mismo. O sea, tú te pones a hablar, él te mide la pronunciación, te la compara con un nativo, pero cuando él te cobra por la tarjeta de crédito, te acuerdas de tu nombre. Entonces todo el mundo está buscando también siempre la estrategia de lo más económico que funcione. Eso es importante, ahora hay que estar practicando. Eso es clave.
¿Cómo ha cambiado tu vida a partir de que empezaste a aprender inglés, a partir de que empezaste a hablar inglés? ¿Cómo ha cambiado tu vida? ¿Ha habido un cambio? ¿No ha habido un cambio? ¿Ha habido? Eso es clave.
Siempre es indiscutible, siempre es un cambio radical poder comunicarte con otras personas que no hablan tu lengua materna, que es súper importante para todos porque el idioma es prácticamente el idioma universal. Poder comunicarte con personas que tal vez no hablan español o su lengua materna es francés, italiano, y puedes comunicarte a través del idioma.
¿Alguien más quisiera compartir cómo ha cambiado su vida después de que ha aprendido a hablar inglés, después de que ha estudiado el inglés?
En mi caso, hasta el pago gracioso, que hace arraigado demasiado el colegio que anda con acento cubano. No lo quiero meter. Como digo, a Cuba 5 minutos, poder el acento ir a para atrás. Porque sí, se te da la posibilidad sí, de incluirte en la cambiar otro mismo, porque te sube la autoestima, que dice, claro, ya me puedo comunicar, me entiende, tengo la fluidez. Entonces, eso es algo súper positivo. No me entusiasma, pero te dice de uno y te dice, bueno, ya me estoy comunicando, ya me estoy entendiendo, ya me estoy incorporando, ya no me siento como con el idioma.
Pescado en tarima. Ojos abiertos, pero no puedes ver. Entonces, es muy importante esto que está pasando, que nos pone a todos nosotros a reflexionar. ¿Qué tenemos que hacer para poder mejorar? Las dos profesoras inglesas que tenemos, las auténticas, the two native speakers, are also reasoning because they are learning Spanish with you. They are in class and their Spanish has improved because of their work with you. So this is a two-way relationship. We learn We teach and we learn. And that is the most important thing of the whole process. Now, you need to be open. You need to be open and you need to be ready. And once that happens, the sky is the limit, or the limit is set beyond the sky.
Para concluir, ¿qué deseas mejorar de tu inglés, de lo que has logrado hasta aquí? ¿Qué crees que debes mejorar? Es decir, que este camino de aprender un idioma no termina para mí. Es bien largo, como decía, estamos comenzando. Nos queda largo camino y con el oficio, amor y empeño, creo que se puede lograr. Quería ir rápido diciéndoles una frase: aprender inglés, lejos de casa, es un viaje lleno de emociones. Cada palabra, cada error y cada avance nos acerca más a nuestras metas. Llevamos nuestra identidad cubana con orgullo y seguimos creciendo día a día. Muchas gracias por compartir sus experiencias.
Muchas gracias a nuestra abogada convertida en profesora. Muchas felicidades por su registro y seguimos estimulando a todo el que llega a Jamaica que tiene necesidad de aprender inglés, que se una a nosotros. Que muchos de ellos van a tomar posiciones como profesores de español, pero no pueden comunicar porque no saben inglés. Y esa es la causa como tal del programa. Quiero aprovechar ahora para saludar a algunas personas en la audiencia, la profesora Barrett, de Mora High, dos profesores del Caribbean Maritime University, de mi hermana, Roy Corbett Jackson, Senior Spanish Lecturer, y la presidenta, la nueva presidenta de la Alianza Francesa, Mylène Ferreira. So we have down there now a gentleman with a hand in his jaw, and possibly some of you are asking who is him, and he's now turning to look to the back like nobody. Come here, sir. Come here, sir. Every community needs protection. This gentleman is the community's policeman. He is the person that we call when there is a problem with a Hispanic on the road and the police stop them, or immigration. We have here a little cube, but you know what? That medication that people love for sir, and every time that we have a celebration, we invite you. We had a situation of a teacher that came, and for some reason she fell ill. She went on the road and nobody could find her. He was the one who found her. This is a policeman with a heart, and a person that you can call anytime to say, please help us. We have this situation with this person that cannot communicate. Here is Sir Ian. Yes, thank you very much. He tends to come to most of the graduations, and we love to encourage him and tell him, remain around the community campus. So you have here Your Excellency. Your Excellency of Colombia. You may need him, he's extremely efficient, and he gets the bad guys and knows how to make them do it. I love that one. Yes, encabeza con el lo caso. Okay, come here, come here. A ver si- and let it be known that we respect security. Okay, so now we are almost finishing. We are almost coming to an end. We have not been able to run the cultural items. We're going to do something else about it. But I cannot allow them to eat. So we can say that up to now we have covered most of what was in the agenda, and we are going to bring this session, official session, to closure, to move into part 3, which is music. celebration, tasting the Cuban culinary and the pork and the beer and what we have to share with you. Thank you very much for attending this session, and based on what is happening, we can declare this part 2 officially closed. Muchas gracias. So now the teachers are going to help Villaenka and my ladies, and these 2 ladies are going over until they taste the beer and the pork and the beef.
I'm sure Excellency knows about the pork and everything.
I know pork.
Okay, now everybody, you can get up, you can socialize, take pictures. Hello, get me my van on that computer right now. We have
Doctor.
I'm going. I'm on my way.
Okay. Next time.
Next time. So you're going to teach me salsa?
Yeah.
Yes.
She prepared rice and meal.
Yes, you did?
Yes.
Where is it? I can't try to keep Oh.
You remember what rice and meal?
Mira, queremos tirar una foto.
Of course.
Pero que nos tire la
¿Cómo estás?
Mira, queremos tirar una foto con la profesora.
¿Eh?
Yes.
Con la profesora.
¿Por dónde vamos? ¿Para allá o aquí? Mejor allá, que la silla se ve fea atrás.
Okay.
My lady,